Hello and welcome to a new episode on Sadhana World Foundation. As you know, we care about crafting young lives. We present them stories drawn from our lessons in history and our folk tales, which are anchored in moral values. We believe that these stories contain tremendous amount of teachings, which our young children and adults can inculcate in their lives and become stronger and better human beings. Today's story is based on one of our commonest forms of behaviors. Let's first listen in. Once upon a time, there was a king who was very noble and kind at his heart. A monk was passing by the kingdom. He got attracted looking at the palace and he had heard a lot about that king. So he went to the king's court and met the king, saying that he has heard a lot of good things about the king and would like to stay over for a few days and understand a little more about the king's practices and the kingdom. The king felt good about it, and king received the monk with a lot of hospitality and started engaging the monk in discussions of several topics. The monk enjoyed the stay. The monk stayed for a few days and looked around. When the monk was leaving, the king said that, "Hey monk, you have spent a lot of your valuable time and shared a lot of your insights and knowledge with me. I would like to gift you something." The monk asked the king, "What do you want to gift me?" The king said that, "I have a big palace, I have such a big kingdom, I have a very strong treasury, a chest which is full of wealth. Whatever you want to take, you can take." The monk said that, "You can give me whatever it is yours." The king said to his men that, "Take the monk into our treasury, ask the monk to take as much as gold as he wants." The monk said, "All of that is not yours, that belongs to the citizens of your country." The king said, "Okay, I understand." Then the king said, "This palace belongs to me, why don't you take this palace away? You stay in this palace. I am happy to entrust this entire palace to you." Again the monk said, "O king, your majesty, this palace belongs to this kingdom. You are merely the caretaker. You have just the role to administer this kingdom. This palace really doesn't belong to you." The king was a little bit in a surprise, shock, and maybe in a sense of awe. Then the king suggested the monk that, "Why don't you suggest whatever belongs to me? I would love to give that to you." The monk said, "If you can, give your ego to me." The king got the message that it is the ego, it is the self-image, it is the confidence, it is the belief about oneself that sometimes becomes too bloated, too big. The head becomes too big. We think of ourselves as people with certain specific skills, unique capabilities, with certain kind of resources which others do not have. This is good as long as we respect others to be having equally unique, equally special capabilities, resources. When we connect with others in this whole world as equals, we do not forget that what we are is due to the contribution which is invisible of so many people around us. Even the plants, the trees which are around us, the animals, the birds which are around us, they are contributing to our living, to our existence in this world. If there are no trees, I will not get the oxygen that all human beings in this world are looking for. This is just an example. We just had the festival of Dashahara or Dashahara. It is said that this festival, of course, there are various concepts behind this festival. It is one of the concepts is that this festival reminds the humankind that the goddess Durga takes away 10 bad qualities. That is why this word Dashahara. Dasha means 10, so 10 bad qualities away from this world. One of those bad qualities, the first bad quality described in this concept is ahankara, which is ego. So this ego, psychologically speaking, ego is our identity. However, this ego becomes negative only when we start ignoring others and we think that we are special and others are not. All the conflicts which happen in this world, whether it is in a family, it is in a society, it is in a community, it is in an organization, many of these conflicts, even the conflicts between races, between communities, between countries, have taken place because of someone's ego. Someone thought that I am special and the other person or the other party is of no value. If you dip into Ramayana, think of Ravan, who was such a knowledgeable person. He was such a big devotee of Lord Shiva. He knew all the knowledge that existed in this world. Yet, he had such a big ego. He thought that he is the best and others are useless. He is best and nobody can be as good as he is. He does not recognize that there could be some Ram, some Lakshman, some country like Ayodhya. He doesn't accept Ram as a great warrior. He thinks that somebody else's wife can fall attracted, can consider Ravan to be the most handsome, most powerful, most eligible person to marry, and so on and so forth. So his identity, his image was of an extremely knowledgeable, extremely powerful person, which was true. However, this knowledge and power of his was so intoxicating for himself that he thought that there can be nobody else in this world who can match him. Many a times we feel jealous of our neighbor, of our friend, of someone else in our community just because we think that we are the best and somebody else cannot have something as good as I have. If I am knowledgeable, nobody else can be as knowledgeable as I am. If I am rich, nobody else can be as rich as I am. If I am powerful, if I am physically powerful, nobody else can match my physical capability or power, and so on and so forth. Only when I find somebody else in the vicinity or in my knowledge to be equal or better than me, I feel terrible and I want to start a conflict. I want to overpower. I want to establish myself as better than the other person, bigger than the other person, larger than the other person. That's where the ego starts hurting, and that is why Ravan could not accept the fact that he was making mistakes after mistakes. He could not accept the fact that there could be gods and goddesses who can have power which can match his. He could not accept the fact that there could be someone like Ram who's very powerful, skilled archer, skilled warrior. He could not accept the fact that Ram can have a wife Sita who would not be attracted towards him in spite of his power and his authority, his resources, and whatnot. That's why he had to fall, and that's possibly the lesson which is available for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear children who are watching this, these are excellent teachings applicable for all of us in our lives. If we become humble, if we accept many others as equal forces in this world or better forces than us in this world, life would be such a beautiful living and peaceful existence for all of us. Life will become so much meaningful, purposeful, and it can create tremendous amount of bandwidth for us, tremendous amount of space in our mind to contribute much bigger, much larger to this society, to this world where we have been so fortunate to be born. I look forward to our future conversations. Thank you all very much.